Welcome to this week's webinar. My name is Andrew Fiebert. I am the founder and CEO of Lasso. I was once an affiliate marketer. Now I put all my time into Lasso, but affiliate marketing has a special place in my heart. In this webinar, we are going to cover Lasso displays, all the different types of Lasso displays, a little bit on creating them, some of the details, things that not everyone might know. So, I wanted to go through and show you guys a bunch of displays. I found an article that Gene had created that isn't published, just kind of a bunch of stuff, but really no displays in there. And it's for books. I like books. So I was literally looking for books. And so we're going to try and add some Lasso displays in here and promote some awesome books. So as you probably noticed, I'm using the classic editor here. Maybe that speaks to how long I've been doing this. I love my classic editor. We work with the classic editor and Gutenberg, native to both. We give both a lot of love. In the classic editor, you'll see a little cactus icon here that you'll click, and that'll be how you engage with Lasso in the post editor. And in Gutenberg, there'll be a little like plus to add your block, and you're just going to click that, and then it'll essentially give you the same thing. So, someone on my team created this article. It's pretty awesome. Thank you, Gene. Now it's time to add some books. I'm going to pretend like it's not about Amazon Associates, and we're just going to add in some cool books. So, one book that I love is Essentialism. I love it so much I can't even spell it. This is what helped me quit my job and kind of do more with less time. Highly recommend it. And so we're going to go into this post, and we're going to add it right here. This looks like a great spot for it. And so added a new line. I'm going to click Add a Lasso Display. I'm going to add a single display. So that's just one product. And I've actually not promoted this yet. And so we're going to create a link for this. I'm just going to paste this in. We're going to do add link. What happens is Lasso went out. It grabbed all of the details about the product, put in some default values, put my favorite, and we're going to add this in. I'm going to save this draft, and then we're going to take a peek at this. So let's see. And there is my display. Actually, I probably should have picked a book that I haven't added to Lasso already, because there's already pros and cons in here. But you'll notice that the process would have been the same if this book was not already added to Lasso, like in this site. But we went out, we grabbed the image, the title, the price, if it's Prime or not. As per Amazon's terms, if we show price, we have to show this little disclaimer with when the price is shown. We have to show this as well. If you add an Amazon product to your site, we make this compulsory. One of the things that people hire Lasso to do is to keep them compliant with their affiliate programs. And so if you are promoting Amazon and using Lasso, you won't need to worry about their terms of service. It's enforced in the plugin. And so that was pretty cool, adding in a product. Let's add a book that we've not added in before and do it from scratch. And so I'm going to add here another book. And let's see. Scaling People, super nerdy book. So I'm going to take this. And you know what? Since we're already in Lasso, we're just going to add it in. I'm sure this looks similar because we just added in. If you wanted to add multiple products at a time, you can see right down here. It's just do a Shift Enter, and it makes it into a bigger box. So you could add up to 10 links at a time, which is pretty cool. if you're kind of like mass adding things in. We're just gonna add in one for now. Um, the modal kind of changes a little bit because it's prepared to work through multiple. And so the other process, it like immediately does just one thing. This is meant to kind of run in the background and do a few at one time. So this is default. I just added this in. It has a pretty decent title. This is the price. Apparently, it was $30, but we can customize it from here. And so, for example, by default in our install, we have the button that says our review. This button will show when you put a URL in. So you'll see that our review button appeared. Let's put that in. If you wanted them to open in a new window or no follow, these are toggles that you could add there. You could add additional fields to your display. So one thing that might pair well with a book is a rating. So we'll add primary rating in here. And we're going to make this 4.8 stars. And that's just a little weird thing when you hit save. It'll fix itself. Kind of like playing with HTML live. And so now we have a rating, we have our price. We could add this book will really help you manage a highly productive team. Kind of added it to the box up there as I typed. This is just our default. And not to kind of downplay it, it performs really well. I love our default look. But we also have a bunch of other looks if you're using Lasso Pro. So Cutter, meant to kind of like be a mock of Wirecutter's look, super tight. Flow is meant to feel like part of the content, so there's no borders, and it kind of just like integrates really nicely. It feels like your words go seamlessly into the display. There's Geek, which is mocked after my friend Thomas Frank's College Info Geek site. This is how his displays look. We made this with his help a million years ago. Lab, Matt's site Money Lab, just kind of like a more simpler look, similar to Flow. Some little things you might notice: button styles changed. Llama, this is a copy of AAWP. It's like a really like level 1 plugin. Money was from my personal finance site. And then Splash was from Matt's pool website. Splash is actually one of my favorites. And you could add badge text. So whatever, our pick won't be creative. And so this is how you would make a single display. And so if we save this, the cool thing is you could set your theme for each product. You could have different products, have different looks. We could just copy the short code here. We're going to paste it right there. We'll do save draft. And so that's the display that we worked on. And so the cool thing is, once you get it added to your site, you could change it later, change your whole approach. You could style certain ones completely differently than other ones. To give you a little idea of how I did this on my personal finance site. So this is one of our displays, but we decided to use this theme for our own products, and then we styled that theme very differently than all of our other displays, so it really sticks out and feels different. People do that, but one of the cool things about our displays is they're highly customizable. They could literally look like almost anything. We've had people take grids and lists and make them like like narrow bars attached to the top, and just like ridiculous, out of control things. If you are paying a customer of Pro, we will help you customize your display to look exactly like how you want it to look, and to fit your brand. And really, that's the single display. The idea is like you will add all of your products into our dashboard and we'll maintain all of the details about your links. And then when you're publishing, you just want to add them in. And so you're going to hit the cactus icon. Do you want a single display? That's one product. Grid is multiple, and they're like side by side. List is kind of oriented top down. Think a listicle. Table we just like quickly looked at. You could add just a CTA button. So maybe you're building your own thing, or I don't know, using table press or something. So you could just kind of add components in. And so you could add just a button. You could add just the image. You could do a gallery of images. Typically, a lot of our fashion sites do things like that. So it could be a bunch of looks or one style, multiple pictures of it. And AI text, but we're not going to talk about that one now. And so we will add in a grid. And yeah, looks like we already have a men's watch one. So I don't know. I have no idea what that is, but let's see what it looks like. So I'm going to save that draft. And we're going to go. And so here we have a grid of 3 items. Now, maybe you just wanted like 2 and 2, maybe you wanted 3 across. We have, so in Gutenberg, there's like a bit more of an interface because it allows for it to help you dial this in. I'm going to see if I remember. I think it's calls equal 3. And that would just put them all side by side. Gonna like while you guys are watching, look up our shortcode reference guide. Let's see, buttons, images, grid display, columns 3. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. COLUMNS 3. Just save draft right here. Close this. Preview. Let's bust the cache. And now they're all next to each other. Like they're kind of different heights. And so there's all different things you can do to fix and improve this and make it tighter. Grids are not necessarily meant to be perfect alignment. That's more tables. Typically what grids are used for, they're more for like the traditional resources or toolbox page. Like this, we're only doing 2 across here. One that is pretty popular, Smart Passive Income, Pat Flynn's. Does he even have his resources page here anymore? Tools. And he does 3 across, or I guess he has big ones now. When we were focusing on Listen Money Matters, the brands, the resources page accounted for about 10% of revenue, and so not nothing. Another style. I want to move a little bit quicker, so I have time for a ton of questions. You can look at one of my sites, Gift Lab. It's literally just like the entire site is just all lists. And so a list is really just the title, description, image, CTA button. But the numbers can increment. And it's structured like a list in HTML. So it comes across as structured data to Google, which they really like. That's another type of display. If you were to do just a button, it would be just this. Just an image would be just this. A gallery is just like a grid of images, essentially, with no border. And so the ultimate idea is that we have a bunch of displays that have been stress tested against like literally millions of impressions a month at this point. We're constantly like incrementally improving them, testing them for performance. And so whether you wanted something in the sidebar, this could literally be our flow display in the sidebar. So it should be something for every part of your site, your own courses, affiliate products, linking to another blog post, whatever works for you. So first question, using the free version, when I try for the AI opportunities, I get, quote, nothing there. Is that because there is no match to what we are selling, or there is an issue with the install? If you go into app.getlasso.co, which is where you would log in to get, the WordPress plugin, Um, you know, we have centralized link management. You can look at your analytics, stuff like that. What they're referring to is the opportunities section. And what the opportunities section does is we look at the revenue that you have generated on Amazon. And if we are aware of sponsored products that are in our marketplace, we'll kind of raise them up to you and help you understand so you could replace them. This is what my opportunity page currently looks like. This is just for my brands that I don't really focus on anymore. Although we have customers whose opportunities, like the amount of uplift they would get, is literally in the thousands a month, which, man, I wish that was me. The thing with opportunities is it requires Amazon revenue data. And so, what you need to do if you see nothing, and it's very unlikely that if you have sales data that you'd see nothing. We have something like 300,000 sponsored products in the marketplace. But if you go to analytics integrations, if you're on the free plan, you will still be able to add Amazon Associates. You won't be able to add anything else. Be able to add Amazon Associates. You'll put your store ID, what country it's in, and that's pretty much it. And then the next screen will give you instructions on what you need to do in Associates to give us reporting access. And then we'll pull in all of your revenue data. And then you'll be able to, one, get daily emails on the revenue that you're generating. You'll be able to like drill into Amazon Associates and see, how your different tracking IDs are doing, or into those tracking IDs and how, like, what products are being sold. You can look on the product level how you're doing. But more importantly, once we have Amazon revenue, we can then push that sales data through opportunities to find matches for you. And so the reason we do that is we want to find things you're actually selling. Just because it's in your dashboard doesn't mean it matters to you. And so if I flipped this link, I would make this much more a month. And the cool thing with this is, like, it's literally, we are literally linking to this on our site. We made apparently $6 in the last 30 days on this. The commission that we calculated based on sold and all that was 4%. But we would get 19% if we used Affiliate Plus. So we would have turned $6 into $28, literally just by adding that product. So that is that. So does Affiliate Plus scan the entire site and find things being sold, even if we've not specifically told it about them? So kind of to the last question, right now, we're just focusing on things that have generated revenue. As we are scaling our model and our matching and stuff like that, we're looking to maybe open it up broader. But to give you an idea, when you kind of like compare the catalog of 300,000 products we have in our marketplace to how many products that we see revenue against, we're doing almost 40 billion comparisons every single day to generate opportunities. And so we've just not been able to scale to the point that we can just start finding matches for products that we kind of don't know about in advance and aren't prioritized based on revenue. Next question. In a conversation with Amazon Associates, they said that allowing you to implement your non-API workaround for images was not allowed. Please comment. We've spoken with Amazon Associates and we ask them about things before we do it. But we do use Amazon's API for images. But the interesting thing is, I don't know the percentage. Maybe it's like 15%, but it's a meaningful percent of products that exist in the Amazon US store are just not available on their API. And so it's a real product that's really being sold, and you run the request on their API and you just get nothing back. You get 404, like essentially like a not found. For things like that, we go and we get the images ourselves. We follow all of their terms, and that the images in the articles. And so if we go back to what I was working on before, so we just have this. Okay. And then let's just view source. So view source just shows you the HTML behind the page. Oh, maybe we have the WebP turned on ours, but by default, the configuration for an image, um, it will literally use the Amazon URL that you would find on Amazon. So there's no way, uh, whether you went to go get the image, you link yourself, which is what they tell you to do, or you let the computer do it for you, which is essentially Lasso. Every aspect of the display is in compliant, from the URLs we use to everything. Um, and so while we have a WebP override and you have to like opt in to that, um, yeah. So everything's in compliance, and there'd be no way that they would even be able to see otherwise. Um, so another question: um, is there HTML code for the gallery option that you can embed in a widget? So right now you need the plugin, and you would embed the gallery like you would embed any other display. That said, we are working on an option that would allow our displays to go to Wix sites and Squarespace and Ghost and other CMSs that are not WordPress. But right now, our displays are just WordPress. Um, Another question: is Lasso only for Amazon? No, we work with every affiliate program on the planet. Case in point, let's look at this fundraiser review. This is a personal finance website of mine. Um, and this is a Lasso table, and these are all financial products. So if you went to get started, it would send you to fundrise.com. Definitely not an Amazon thing. And you see it has all the CPA, all the arguments are automatically added to the URL after you click. But if I was just to do copy link address and just paste it here, I don't know if this is too small for you to see. It's just a cloaked link. So listenmymatters.com/fundrise. We ran a podcast, so it's really easy to verbally say this. Also, it looks better when you link or throw it in like a YouTube description. And so, yeah, so we work with pretty much everything. And then if you were to look on app.getlasso.co real quick, and you went to analytics, you'll see that we're tracking Fundrise revenue and just kind of like all other Walmart, Grammarly. This is a SaaS product, and so not only do we help you create displays for these things, we'll also help you aggregate and track the revenue in one place. What pages are generating you the most revenue, things like that. Another question. At the moment, no revenue, new store. Searching in Marketplace, I did not find much that matched what I am listing. I'm sorry to hear that. There's specific products that you think would be a good fit that you want. Let us know and we'll go get them. There are customers that generate an enormous amount of revenue on very specific products, and we're going out there and trying to build the relationship with those brands. I guess I don't know what you're looking for, so I don't know what it is, but there's just we have like a ton of stuff. I just searched dogs and there's 174 pages of, I don't know, let's just go to page 7 real quick. Who even knows what's on page 7? Leashes, dog soap, toys, things to, get hair off of that. I mean, it's just like literally everything. But if you feel like we have a gap, would love to know. And then we'll just tackle that. Okay. One more question that came in, and it was a really good question. JK. I mean, you could literally be a plant. Your questions are so good. It would be very good if you identify the differences between free, starter, and pro. The 3 new plans that we have. And so we have a free tier now where you can go and you can download Lasso Lite from getlasso.co. And then it'll hook into our Affiliate Plus marketplace and all that stuff. That's free. Or you could just go to wordpress.org simple URLs. And this is the free version of the plugin. It's really sad. There's thousands of people that use this, but people on WordPress are very grumpy. I do think we're beating the Ahrefs plugin ranking rating. So the free plugin has single displays. So if we go back here, you get to add single displays to Lasso. You can only use the cactus theme. And if you want product data, you have to add in your API key. So if you want Amazon data, you have to add in your API key. And if you wanted, like, I don't know, images from Best Buy or Chewy or Walmart, whatever, your SOL. That's on you to go and get the images and keep the price up to date and things like that. Which, as I'm sure you can imagine, building your site becomes quite a bit of work, just like literally maintaining prices of things. Not to mention if images change, if they're broken, stuff like that. And so if you go on the startup plan, what you do is you get Amazon product data and product data for all other brands that we support. So you don't have to add in your API keys. Even if you have API keys, if you don't have a lot of sales, you could very, very quickly run out of API credits, which could prevent you from keeping your prices up to date, which could make you fall out of love with Amazon and their terms of service. So if you sign up for the startup plan, you'll be able to add in a license key. We'll give you all your product data, and you will get link alerts. So you will find out if links are broken. You will find out if products are out of stock. Like, you will get notified of these things, so you could fix them. And then you can start to track other things in performance. So on the free plan, you can track Amazon revenue, and that's it. On the startup plan, you can add an integration from any of the lot of platforms that we support. There's just like multiple pages of these. And then you could track up to, I think it's like $2,000 or $3,000 a month in revenue in performance. And then the pro plan will give you all of what's in the light plan. You'll have access to all of the themes that Lasso has, not just single displays. You'll get grids, tables, galleries, AI stuff, all of that. You will get detailed display customization. So if for whatever reason Lasso doesn't look like it fits into your brand, your site, our team can literally write custom CSS for you to do that. You'll be able to track up to 10,000 a month in performance, and just like a whole bunch of other, not like in the weeds, but the things that are needed by people with larger brands who just kind of need more. You'll also get a higher level of support, and we try and help everybody, but you truly get white glove if you're on the pro plan. So I hope that was helpful. Well, guys, thank you for coming and listening, and there'll be a new topic up probably within an hour or so, and so if you're interested, I'll see you next week and we'll talk about something else. Have a good weekend, guys. Oh, and do I water my plants? I do water my plants, but that is a cactus, and so he doesn't really need much. All right. Bye, guys.